Hello, welcome to Techie Blossom. I am glad that you are here. I saw a micro animation in one football app. This animation shows a pie chart with 3 sections, each representing number of wins, losses and draws for a team in one season. In this tutorial, we will create animation in Jetpack Compose. I will start with basic idea of how arcs are created and how we can leverage that to create pie charts. We will then also see how to make it animated in simple steps. So make sure you watch this tutorial till end and leave your comments. Also, sharing this video and subscribing to my channel will help channel grow and will motivate me to create more such tutorials for you in future. You know, this is a free channel and I get more motivated when there is increase in subscribers count. We have to get 100k subs as soon as possible for this channel, and it's not possible without you. So if this video helps you in any way or other, do subscribe so I can bring more such videos. Let's collect the basic requirement for this animation. When is this animation supposed to run? This animation will run once page visit. So let's say we use launched effect, then we can start the animation. How many sections? There are possibly only 3 outcomes of a match, win, loss or draw. But I want to create this for n sections. Instead of taking 3 sections, we will take a list of sections. But while explaining, I will use terms like win, draw and loss often. Creating animated and pie chart composable. Now it is best practice to have a modifier attribute so that this composable can be modified in any way. Keep the default modifier here. Second attribute will be the data itself. Let's call the data as pie data. The label field will represent the text, win, draw or loss. The value will be number of wins, draws or losses. And lastly, the color will denote which color we use to draw the arc for respective section. The animated and pie chart will have list of pie data. Also, towards the end of this tutorial, I will show you how you can change the content inside the pie chart from showing wins, draws and losses to showing something else like an image. So add a content attribute as well. Now this will be a composable type. Before going forward, let's also quickly create a preview function for this composable. You can see updates on UI when you make the change. Now give some padding. Also give some values to the list of pie data. I have intentionally given alpha to draw value. You will understand that later. Before creating arc, let's create a local modifier on top of the default one and give it a fixed size. This new local modifier will now have padding from where it is called as well as the size because we created it on existing modifier. Now let's create the first arc. First, we will start with creating one arc, then 2 arcs, and then we will generalize that for n number of arcs. In Jetpack Compose, we can use canvas to draw shapes. Pass the modifier to the canvas. In canvas, use draw arc function. Let's decide the start angle. The 0-degree angle starts from right center, but our chart starts from top center. So we will use minus 90 degrees, that is minus 90 float value. Next is sweep angle, that is the arc angle. This will depend on value of wins, draws and losses, but for now, let's just hard code it to 180f. Next mandatory attribute is color. Let's keep it black. And last mandatory attribute is use center. Let's keep it false. We want the center of arc to be empty. Now the arc is drawn in preview, but it is filled. That is because we haven't given a style to it, and the default style is fill. Use stroke and give a width to it. And now the preview shows the arc in a perfect fashion. Second arc. In the canvas below first arc, use draw arc again. The start angle will remain same. Hardcode the sweep angle to 90f this time. Change the color to light gray. When preview is refreshed, we don't see the first arc for the initial 90 degrees. That's because the second arc is drawn above the first arc because we wrote it after first one. Let's move the second arc above first one. And now you see only first arc. That's because the sweep angle for second arc is only 90. So it is hidden behind the first arc. Let's make it 270f, that is 270 degrees. Now you can see both the arcs, and we are getting there slowly. What we learned here is that the order of arcs is important for us. Why I am telling this? We will need this later on when we start using list of pi data. Now, we are good with these two arcs, but we cannot go on and add more like these. Our composable should be able to take any number of sections in pie chart and draw sufficient number of arcs. Okay, so by now you have seen how arcs are made. Let's write code for any number of arcs. We have list of pi data and it's enough to create list of arcs. One more thing that you should know is when we add the value of every pi data, it should ultimately form 360 degrees on the circle. That's how pie charts are. So let's find total. We will use fold operator on list of pi data. How fold works? So basically the fold operator iterates over first and next element for the first cycle. Give it an initial value. In the operation, the first parameter is the accumulator value and the second parameter is the first entry from list of pi data. In the first cycle, accumulator value will be 0. We are adding accumulator value and first element from the list, so this sum is assigned back to accumulator. In the next cycle, the second element from list is added to the accumulator, and doing this for the complete list, we get the total value from the accumulator. Now, let's also divide this value by 360 because this represents a circle. According to ratio proportions, we are anyway going to divide win, loss and draw values by total. So if we divide total by 360 now, we can avoid redundant code. To make code more readable, I am creating another data class to represent arc that will hold the sweep angle and its color. These values will directly go in the draw arc function but will be calculated outside. This will help us in animations. Run map function on the pi data list and return arc data with value of pi data divided by total. This is our dynamic sweep angle for every section. The result in arcs will be list of arc data. Now call map function on the arcs. Remove one of the draw arc function and use the remaining one in this map. Instead of hard-coded sweep angle value, use the one from each arc. And the same thing goes with color as well. Okay, great. Check the preview. We expect to see all the arcs, but we see only 2. That too, the whole pie is not complete. Why is that? See, when we divided win with total, it came out 180 degrees. And when we divided draw with total, it was 90 degrees. 10 by 40 multiplied to 360 and the same value for loss. So, when they drew their arcs, the max they could go was 180 degrees. And because loss arc is drawn after win, because of their order, it overlapped on the first arc and second arc. Let's fix it. Ideally, because all of them have same start angle, we want to make sure that draw sweep angle is more than win angle and loss angle is more than sum of those two. Now take a variable current sum. Inside map, add pi data value to current sum and update latest sum. This way, we will have correct sweep angles. Update the target sweep angle to use current sum now. And now at least we see the complete pie, which means that loss arc has drawn completely. We have gone through this before, the order matters. The loss arc is above win arc and draw arc. So use reversed on arcs before running. Now the first arc will be loss, second will be draw and third will be win. With this change, we can see all the 3 arcs. So far so good. Now let's add animations to this chart. We want to run this animation on launch of this composable, so use launched effect. The key to this will be arcs. Again, run map function on arcs and run launch coroutine. We want to start animation inside this coroutine. Since we are using map, every arc will animate here. Let's add animatable type to arc data. Let's update the map on PyData list by giving initial animation value as 0. Now this is our initial sweep angle. In the launch coroutine, use animate to function on the animation. Give it a target value, and now this is our target sweep angle. We want to customize the duration and easing of animation. So let's use tween as animation spec. Now we won't see animation yet because we haven't used the animation value in drawing arc. Now when you draw arc, the current animation value should be given to it instead of the fixed value. This animation value will change from 0 to the target value per frame. Now to see this animation in preview, we need to enable interactive mode. So let's see that preview in interactive mode. So now the animation is running, and that's what we wanted. Now let's add the content inside your Composable. This should be pretty basic. In Composable, the default box scope is used, which means that the canvas we added is added to a box. So adding another Composable will also be added to the box itself. So it will start from top left on top of canvas. Just like stack, the order is important here. First, add the content here because we will be passing any other Composable here. Let's use a row. Next, run map on PyData list and create column. First element will be label and other will be value. Give font weight to label. The label and value should be in center horizontally, so use horizontal alignment as center horizontally. The row itself is not in center of this whole Composable, so give it vertical alignment as center vertically and horizontal arrangement as space around. Also give the modifier some padding. Now this will bring the row in center, and now our Composable is complete. Let's also see the output on real device. Now let's change the content to some image. I'm using add image so that the row will be replaced with this add image. And you see the add image is now shown instead of the wind draw and losses. Well, this is it from this tutorial. Did you like it? Then hit the like button so that I can bring more such tutorials. Also, let me know in the comment section if there are any improvements needed in this chart. And of course, don't forget to subscribe the channel. Your one subscription will mean a lot to me and will help channel grow and reach its target of 100k subs. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.